Welcome back to Walsall Fan TV. We are still waiting for a new manager, but we have a couple of new contenders. I think the likes of the Cowley brothers, Kevin Phillips, David Artell, I think they have slipped by the wayside, because I think we would have had an announcement if we were going to get them. Ben Boycott recently made a statement which sort of says we're looking at a different direction. To be honest, we had a fan chat very recently with Lee, Jack and Daz, and saying what we thought would be the right way forward for Walsall after Mike Flynn got sacked. And when you read Ben Boycott's statement, it pretty much addresses most of the things that we suggested. So that's good that the club are listening, and they can see the things need doing. I went along to the Walsall Senior Cup final with Stephen, and 16, 17, 18 year olds against Rushall Olympic. Men against boys is a common phrase that's used, but I mean, if they actually were boys against
29-year-old men.
Yeah, it just won promotion to level 6. So Walsall actually did very good, thanks to Ram. He sort of pulled things together and got a goal for us. Yeah. But it wasn't to be. It was definitely against the odds. But we can see that the structure of the club, particularly player development, is something that needs to improve, and that's one of the things that Ben Boycott mentioned, which is good. A clear culture, and I think it was Daz that mentioned, rather than just getting a manager and letting the manager do what he wants, like Mick Flynn, and we end up playing hoofball that sort of depresses everybody.
Not entertaining for anyone.
Let's tell the managers, or bring in managers and tell them what we want to do. So create a clear culture of what we want to achieve and the way we want to play. Yeah. And there's a couple of managers that have sort of fell into that mould, which we're going to talk about in a second. Ben Boycott talked about sort of continuity system as well, advanced player recruitment, so getting the right kind of people in. And the new manager won't have carte blanche on all transfer detail, so that's good. The director of football is going to be sort of coming into play, the American guy, but moreover, a clear playing identity. Walsall historically have been a good passing side and exciting to watch. And when we make the effort to bring 1,500 kids in from the local school, they'll have something to see that's a bit more entertaining.
Yeah.
Than
brings more new fans in.
That's it. Hoofball. I think the American influence will definitely help Walsall to be a more entertaining team to watch.
Yeah. And
the match day experience. Got some extra stuff to do on that, which I'll be putting a separate video on. But there's plenty to go out there to make it a more interesting experience and more entertaining. And it's not just the football. Right then, so the two managers that we want to talk about is a guy that was way up on the betting and suddenly he's closing in, down to 4-1, I think. Graham Alexander. Looked into Graham Alexander. He's 51, so he's an experienced manager, which is one of the boxes we wanted ticked. Speaks very calmly, very composed, and he's definitely interested in bringing youth through, which we've seen in his stuff. What do you know about him, Stephen? Graham Alexander?
Well, I believe he is exactly what I would be if I was a manager.
Oh, we're going to get you in next.
I know.
That'd be a cheap appointment, wouldn't it?
He flipping would. But when I was looking earlier, style of play for Salford, 4-4-2 or 3-1-4-2. 4-4-2. I've said it so many times on this channel. 4-4-2 never goes wrong, and Graham Alexander has clearly shown that my method is indeed factual. Because I mean, Salford have been doing quite well with it, and I mean the way they attack and defend with the destroyer and the sweeper, centre back roles, I guess you could say, is a very strong, I'd say, like, I don't know what the word is, but like
it knits together well.
Yeah,
I think
it goes
when
together
I
well.
was looking at their attacking style, he adopted with Salford. He plays with two up front who really play on the edge of the defenders to sort of pull the defenders back. All too often, Walsall have sat too deep, and they just bring everybody on by keeping a couple of strikers nearer the top. Effectively, you hold back the centre halves from coming on to you.
Yeah.
They've got a very good combative style, which is all what Ben Boycott was saying. He was almost describing his player style, his team style. So that's good. Graham Alexander's he's adaptable. He generally plays 4-4-2, but he's not scared of changing things.
No, I mean, he's changed it to what, 4? Well, like I said, 3-1-4-2. And 4-4-3 before, so a couple more attacking formations. I've never seen a 3-1-4-2 before, I must say, but I think it's clearly been working for Salford, hasn't it? So,
they've adapted it and tried it. Of course, previously to Salford, he'd got promotion with Fleetwood from League 2 through the playoffs, and then Salford through the National League, and got Salford doing well as well. When he was dismissed from Salford, later on, Gary Neville admitted he'd made a big mistake by getting rid of him. He went on to Motherwell and got them to finish 5th in the Scottish Premier League, which, bear in mind, Rangers and Celtic have pretty much got the top 2 places tied up for obvious reasons.
Did pretty well.
It's a good one. And for me, I think, given what we know, I think he's my favourite, I think.
I think it's definitely my favourite.
But the American connection brings us another guy, Neil Collins. Of course, he's not an American himself.
He's from round here, isn't he?
Yeah, he was from round here.
From Coventry.
He played with the Wolves under Mick McCarthy. He played under Mick McCarthy at Sunderland as well. Also has played under Nigel Atkins, Mickey Adams, Danny Wilson, and Nigel Clough. He did actually fall out with Nigel Clough, which is no surprise because he's what he is. He went to America and the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and he's got some accolades there as well. 4 Man of the Match or 4 Manager of the Month awards. It was good. Coach of the Year in 2021, and got some runner-up positions and that sort of stuff for the Tampa Bay. So it's good, but he's a very young manager. He's only 39, and as much as he had some good promotions in his time playing, that was a EFL Championship with Sunderland, and also went up with Wolves, and got promotion from League 1 with Leeds as well. But he is much more of a risk than the more established Graham Alexander. So I think for me, Graham Alexander would be a preferred choice. Yeah. But Neil Collins, not a bad shout either. Perhaps
both of them,
more of a risk.
Are very good options. I think I'd definitely choose one of those over Phillips.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I think Phillips. I think
Phillips is out of it now.
If he was going to get it, he'd have had it already. I think.
No.
And Artell, I think the big clash with Artell, as good as a manager he is, he had a big falling out with Donovan Daniels, and with Donovan Daniels signed up for us and a key part of our team,
we don't want it to be missed out.
That would be a bit of a problem, I think. The Cowley brothers come with a big entourage, so that would be an expensive thing to do.
Yeah.
And of course, if ultimately you need to get rid of them, again, there's another big cost for that as well. So, who would you prefer? Would you prefer someone with American experience, in the likes of Neil Collins, or would you prefer Graham Alexander, Scotsman? I did listen to one of his more recent interviews. He speaks very calmly and composed. Very solid, grounded character. I think that would be a good influence on any dressing room. Neil Collins, listening to him, I think he's a volatile character, and I think would be okay at 6'3". He's obviously commands respect from his physical size and his history in the game. But for me, to be Graham Alexander. I say, what do you think? Walsall Fan TV, we'll be back. We've got the quiz. I'm starting to put that together. Got some questions in there, and got some merch, haven't we? I've left my cap upstairs. We've got the cap, the mugs. You've seen the mug, Saddlers Forever, and got the backpacks as well, which we showed you before. So everybody, want you to join in on the quiz. Get yourself some merch.
Yep.
And we have some exciting news we'll be ready to share very, very soon. Thanks for watching. The joy and the pain. Walsall Fan TV. Cheers.